Elite Facts presents
Actors who nearly died on set.
10.
Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow. Cruise likes doing his own stunts, but some of them have almost cost him his life. One of those times was for this action film, and it was pretty much Emily Blunt's fault. She was driving a car in a scene with Cruise in the passenger seat when things got out of control. They were approaching a right-hand turn with some speed, but Blunt wasn't braking in time. Tom Cruise could be heard from the passenger seat yelling for her to brake and turn, but they eventually ended up hitting a tree.
9.
Margaret Hamilton in The Wizard of Oz. The party trick of the Wicked Witch of the West was disappearing in a cloud of smoke as she escaped the do-gooder Dorothy. It was during this cloud poof that things went horribly wrong. Her makeup was actually made of petroleum, and after she threw the cloud bomb, a trapdoor below failed to open and she caught on fire from the sparks. She got third-degree burns on her hands and face.
8.
Sylvester Stallone in Rocky IV. Rocky films are renowned for their over-the-top fighting scenes and yet had striking realism to them. One of the films, Rocky IV, saw the Italian Stallion versus the huge man-mountain Ivan Drago. For the big hit that knocks Rocky down, Stallone asked Lundgren to hit him as hard as possible, and boy did he get hit. A shot to the chest caused a swollen heart, and he was in the ICU for 8 days.
7.
Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 3. The realism of the movie Back to the Future 3 isn't something to be heralded, except for one moment, that is. Just how is it possible to make being hanged look as real as possible? Well, you really get hanged. The scene was performed standing on a box, but it didn't look right. He moved the box and started shooting, got the times wrong, and ended up passing out for 30 seconds before people noticed it was real.
6.
Jackie Chan in Police Story. The huge fight at the end of Police Story is what makes this film so memorable, and it was Chan doing all his own stunts. One such stunt is a jump where he ends up sliding down a metal pole as light bulbs explode all around him. He ended up cracking his 7th and 8th vertebrae, dislocating his pelvis, and burning his hands.
5.
Jamie Alexander in Thor: The Dark World. A pro tip for stunts: if it's wet, don't use metal steps. During filming of the superhero movie, Jamie Alexander took a tumble during a wet and dark morning around 5 a.m. She was coming down a metal staircase and slipped. It took her out for a month. She managed to displace a disc in her spine, chipped 11 of her vertebrae, dislocated her shoulder, and tore her shoulder.
4.
Isla Fisher in Now You See Me. In the opening scene of the movie Now You See Me, Isla Fisher's character has to be chained inside a huge water tank before being introduced to some piranhas. During the stunt, her chain got stuck and she had to really try to swim free. Everyone thought it was great acting until she pressed a failsafe switch and the emergency team had to help her out.
3.
Halle Berry in The Call. Now, this movie might not be known for being full of action, but filming wasn't dull. According to Daily Mail, the actress was filming a fighting scene when she fell and hit her head on the concrete floor. She was knocked out, and the set closed down for the day. She was rushed to the hospital, but fortunately, they didn't find any lasting injuries.
2.
Jason Statham in The Expendables 3. The one-time stuntman has had his share of bumps and bruises, but during the action-packed Expendables 3, Statham was driving a truck when the brakes decided not to work that day. The problem was the approaching seaside 60 feet below. Statham had to leap from the moving truck as it plunged down into the chilly waters.
1.
Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York. Daniel Day-Lewis is a man who gets very involved in his roles. He would only wear clothes that fit in with the 1863 time period, which led to the Irishman getting pneumonia. He tried to muscle through it, getting treatments only available at those times too, but it got the better of him. He was told if he didn't get treatment, he'd die in this millennium, regardless of what time period he was acting like he was in. And he gave in.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.